The wetlands of Georgia, a fascinating area. As we explore these wetlands, or otherwise known as the swamps and marshes of southeast Georgia, you'll learn more about the animals and plants that live in these areas. Camouflage is so much more than the clothing that someone wears that's in the service or clothing that a hunter will wear when he goes out to hunt. It is something that helps protect animals out in the wild. To be camouflaged is to blend in with your surroundings, and that's exactly what many animals do. This helps them sneak up on their prey and helps them be protected from their predators. In swamp and marsh areas, you'll often see the herons, the ospreys, and the crane birds. Can you see what's hidden or camouflaged in this picture? Were you surprised, or did you guess correctly? This raccoon was just along the boardwalk at the Okefenokee Swamp, just looking for some food. Did you see what's lingering in this water? If you see the two alligators, you're right. These were pretty good-sized alligators that were just along the edge of the road in the Okefenokee Wildlife Refuge. This is a common sight at Okefenokee, and you can see many in our swamps and marshes here in southeast Georgia. They tend to hang out along the edge of the water, usually trying to camouflage themselves in the grassy areas. Sometimes you'll just catch them sunning on the edge of a road. This was our park ranger who led us around the Okefenokee. You can see he's holding up the card that says Habitat. Habitat is the natural physical surroundings of plants and animals. So it's where they live, where they exist. Another name for a living thing is an organism. This photograph was taken in the swampy area of the Okefenokee Wildlife Refuge Center. The arrow in the photograph is pointing at a plant that's hanging over the tree branches. You'll often see this in trees in our area. Possibly you may even have a tree in your backyard with this hanging on it. It is known as Spanish moss. This is not something that you want to play with or bring into your home because it is full of bugs that will make you very itchy if they come in contact with your skin. We've been talking about the swamps and marshes as being the wetlands area of southeast Georgia. Now we need to look at what are the little differences between the two different areas. The marsh areas will be full of different grasses, and it will the water will go up and down with the tide significantly, and the soil that the grasses are attached to in the marshy areas acts as a filter. It's a filtration system for the water in these areas, and it helps to filter out, the bacteria and bad things that are in the water, so the water that comes out of the marsh is actually much cleaner than when it first entered the marshy area. A swamp area is full of trees and woody type plants, and it'll be more like a foresty type area and it won't be as open as what a marshy area would be. You'll see pictured here one of the types of palm trees that we do have in our area. This particular one is usually planted along the bases of other trees when you see people planting them in their yards for landscaping and things like that. But you can see them growing freely in our wooded areas of southeast Georgia. We spoke earlier this year about pollution and the effects that it can have on our environment and on the habitats of plants and animals. As I was out taking photographs, I saw many areas that were polluted. This ditch near a beautiful marshy area is full of garbage, along with not a very nice sign, but reminding you not to throw down your items, to actually protect what we have here in Camden County. We have wonderful resources here in our area, beautiful marshes and swamplands, and not too far from the coastal area. You've been introduced to just a few of the plants and animals in our marshes and swamps of Southeast Georgia. Next, it's going to be your turn to take photographs and do some research about some additional plants and animals in our area.